Yellow, welcome back to another episode of The Assembly Line. Today it's the Kyle and Ryan show. Ben's unable to make it. Getting a little head start on the 4th of July long weekend. But we got the Tigers. They're actually playing as we're recording this. Not looking great. They're down
Getting
like
demolished
yeah.
right now.
But we'll talk about the Tigers, the recap with the Nationals, some random Tiger stuff after that. And then we have a lot of stuff with the Wings and the Pistons that happened after we recorded on Monday for Tuesday's show, and just everything that's happened last couple last couple days. And then just some random questions. Decided not to do a draft with Ben out. So yeah, we'll start with game one of the doubleheader Wednesday. Tigers won 11-2. It was a bullpen day. 4 pitchers we used. I think Dylan Smith got his first win. We had 3 different 3-run bombs. Started off with Riley Green in the first, and then Jake Rogers also hit one in the first. Feels like it's been a while since he hit a home run.
I know.
And then Riley Green hit another one in the fourth. Another 3-run bomb, and then Torque capped it off with the solo shot in the sixth. But overall, just A-plus day for the Tigers. I mean,
Yeah,
bullpen
I mean,
day,
I think
holding them to 2
they didn't give a
runs.
run up. They didn't give up a run until like the eighth inning, I think it was too. But I think it was later on in the game. I
I
don't
don't
know.
know. I
Maybe I
might
just
have.
felt later on in the game because they were up like 8 or 9 to nothing at that point,
Yeah, I don't know.
and you would just assume it would be later on in the game. But
It was definitely
yeah,
at least the fourth inning, but yeah.
Riley Green hit 2 home runs, right?
Yeah, he had
Yeah,
two
yeah, you
3-run
said that.
bombs. He had 6 RBIs.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's right. That's right when I turned it on because I was on lunch, or when I got on lunch
Oh,
at
yeah.
work.
I
I
forgot it
put it
was during
on
the day.
because you guys were texting us and you're like, "Oh yeah, just 6 runs in the first inning. Like it's always
Yep.
nice to bat around in the first inning." It's
Yep.
like, yeah, it's a good start.
Yeah,
But
their pitcher had the
yes,
most
I turned it
pitches.
on and then Riley Green
Hit
hits
another
hits
one.
his second dinger.
Yeah,
But
their pitcher had 54 pitches in the first inning. It's the most, and then he got taken
I say
out
that's a
before it even
record,
ended.
right?
It's a record for this year. It's not a record total, but
Oh,
that's the most uh, pitches in the first inning all year.
and you
Might be
get
a
to today and there's 8 runs total in the first
yeah,
inning.
yep.
There's like
Um,
90 pitches in the first inning
but
total
then
between the two teams.
game two of the doubleheader, we lost 9-4. Flaherty, if stop me if you've heard this before, gives up early runs.
It's
Seems
like the opposite of what he was doing in the beginning of the season, though. Because in the
yeah,
beginning of the
that's
season,
true.
he'd get through like the first 2 times of the order,
Yeah,
and then he'd
yeah.
struggle in the third. And now it's like, oh, let's give up runs the first time
hmm
through the order, and then just strike the rest of you guys out second time through,
Yeah, he
third
gave up
time
at
through.
least 2 in the first inning, maybe even all 3. But outside, he didn't really pitch that bad, giving up 3 runs. But we lost 9-4. But we did take a lead in the 7th inning, 4-3, which got
Yeah.
Jahmai Jones came in clutch with a 2-out RBI double, 2-out, 2
Yep.
RBI double, and then I think it was Lee came out in the bottom of the 7th, and I don't know if I think he walked the batter. Either way, the first batter got on, so they brought in Canely. Canely
Hmm.
walked the first batter, so you got first and second, no outs. And I didn't know this at the time when I was watching, but um, the trainers came out and they talked to him, and he decided to stay in. And then all hell breaks loose. We end up giving up. He gave up 5 runs plus Lee's 1, so we gave up 6 runs in that inning, made it 9-4, and
Yep.
lost the game. It's not too concerning really. If he's not hurt, I'm not really concerned about Canely just because I feel like that's the one he does. He's been pretty nails all season, so it's not like a thing I think we need to be worried about, at least
He's
yet.
human.
Yeah.
He's allowed one bad outing this year.
The
So
the one thing I did like was that the Gritty Tigers did make, they did make a comeback. We were down 3-1 going into the seventh, and they ended up getting three. I know it's. I'm just saying they did put up. It
yeah,
seems like lately we've been down 4-0, 4-1 at the end of games, and the offense just keeps doing nothing in those games. And finally, we get one where it's like, okay, we made a push late in the game, but then obviously giving up 6 runs in the bottom, or no, I think that was it was the eighth inning that we gave the runs up, and
hmm
there's we had half inning to get 5 more runs, but I don't know. It just seemed like it was nice change of pace, them coming back, scoring some runs when they need to.
did were you watching earlier on this game? The game that's going on right now.
I missed. No, I haven't really been
You missed a little bit.
watching.
Okay, okay. Well, they
Um,
did. Well, they just showed a graphic. They showed a graphic, and it was the Tigers' win percentage by game of the series, like one, two, three,
mm,
first, second, third game. They're like, I don't know, like 21-6
in the first game,
in game one or
yeah,
something. Yeah, something like that. Then they're, oh wait, maybe it's, I don't know. I think they were 11-13 in game two.
I believe it.
So they're under 50%.
Yeah, game
And
two
then
seems to be the
they were
biggest
like
problem.
60. They were like 58% game three or 60% game three, but it just, I don't know. Yeah, it really does seem like it's been the story of the season where they always just win game one, lose game two.
Yep. No, I agree. I mean, it's not.
Nothing really to worry about because
No.
they're winning the majority of the series they're playing.
Yeah.
Like
I mean,
it
yeah.
just,
We'll t-
it's just if you're a gambling man, um, pick them to lose game two. I don't
yeah.
know.
I mean, so this game three, as we're recording, still down 9-3. I think it's the bottom of the sixth right now. So we have 3 innings to get
Yep.
6 runs. Doesn't look great. We did have it 3-5. Would have been nice to
Don't.
keep it there,
Yeah.
but Torque hit a 3-run bomb in the first. Then uh, Ennis came out,
It was a
gave up
big
five
two
runs.
out bomb.
Yep. Ennis came out in the
Good at
bottom of
bat.
the first, gave up 5 runs. I saw that he was still out there. He started the fifth inning.
How in the hell did he not get pulled after the first inning?
I think it's because they had a doubleheader
I
plus a bullpen game. Like you're just at that point. I mean, what do you want? You
okay,
can't
maybe not.
waste
Okay,
all your.
maybe inning number two. Okay, whatever. But giving him the third inning,
He went out to the fifth
I
inning.
can't believe.
They didn't score
Yeah,
again until the.
I can't believe he was out in the third inning.
I guess they gave up one in
Like,
the second.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, but what are you supposed to? That's his job. Is he has to go eat innings.
I don't know. In my opinion, if you want to win the game, take him out.
You got to think long term. Why would you take him out to put in a bullpen guy that's already tired when you're gonna have to go play more games tomorrow?
They got more in the bullpen.
We
They're
don't, Kyle.
fine.
We used 4 of them. We used 4 of them one game yesterday. Canley pitched. Lee pitched after Flaherty. So there's 2 more. That's 6 arms right in the bullpen, guaranteed. Someone came in after Canley, so that's 7 arms you used yesterday. So if
There's
you
plenty. There's more.
there's not how much you want to
If
bet.
you there's they gotta have as if they have three more, then just let the rest of the three ride it out. But that starters, you gotta pull them after like
No,
I don't know.
highly disagree.
No,
What? How no? What do you like? I bet there's not three. There's not. They don't carry 10 bullpen pitchers.
I don't like. I'm just saying. Like
Okay. What if they have
I don't
two?
know.
You're gonna wait. You're gonna
Then
burn one the whole
I
time.
would I would trust whoever the hell we have rest to carry us the rest of the 7 innings, and I would him go one more, not give up any more runs to make our deficit even worse. And he ended up giving up nine. Now it's may as well just bag it up and go home.
I think you're being not smart. We have 8 bullpen catchers, and I listed 9, and I listed 7 of them that pitched. And Ennis is technically a reliever, so that's all of them.
Who are they throwing out now? That's all the pitchers.
Hmm, my game crashed. I don't know. I don't know what's going on in the game right now.
Horns pitching, so they're digging deep.
Who?
But I don't know.
Horn. Yeah, I've
I
never
don't.
even heard of that guy.
Why would you have a doubleheader, and then why would you have a bullpen day?
Well, they did bring up someone and send someone
They
back
should have
down,
had.
so that's
They
one
should
of
have
them.
had. They should have had Flaherty pitch game one.
Okay, let's see. We had
I say
Tyler
you pitch
Holton,
Flaherty.
Tyler Holton, Brant Herter, Tyler, I don't know, T. Owens, I forget his first name, and Dylan Smith pitched the first game. So that's 4.
Yeah, I don't understand why you would have a
Then we had
bullpen game
Flaherty,
game
Lee,
one.
Canley, Hanafy. So the only one that hasn't pitched is Will Vest. So that's why you knew going. Hanafy pitched again today. And then we have Horn. So you knew going in
Okay.
that Ennis was going to have to pitch. I feel like he's talked about this before, or like I feel like I've heard coaches talk about this. Sometimes you have a guy and he just has to go. Whatever happens, happens.
Why you don't put yourself in that situation when you have a guy that isn't very good to like figure it out.
Well,
I don't know.
you're
I don't know. I'm just saying it shouldn't that shouldn't have been the case. I say I don't know. I wouldn't have done a bullpen game one because you know you're gonna be eating up. You know like that's 4 pitchers that you're gonna eat up. You don't know how many you have for the rest. So like why not pitch Flaherty game one
because it's
and
well that
then
doesn't
maybe you can make an adjustment. I don't know.
well
Make it. I don't
you
know.
can't make an adjustment to throw a starter out there. They don't have a starter. The only starter they could have is that do with 3 initials, Gibson Long or whatever. I don't even know what's going on. He wasn't even on the roster.
Oh
He's
yeah,
also not in on the
that's right.
camera.
He
You have to go a lot more towards the pictures or
he got
that. Did he get sent
he got
down?
on the IL. Yeah, no, he's on the IL.
See, that's probably exact. I mean, the only other option would have been
That's what
bring up
happened. That's
Montero,
yeah,
but if you
that's
bring
what
up
happened.
Montero, then there's more. You know, I don't. There's only so many times I think you can be brought up and sent down.
There is.
So that's how we got into this. It's not. I mean, we're missing 2 of our regular starters. I mean, there's not much you can do. I mean, technically they could have went to the bullpen. It's just then you're the only one that was is worth a damn is Canley and Vest. You're not going to put Vest out there for 7 innings.
Man, why not?
I don't know. I trust AJ Hinch. It's one game. I mean, 3-0 lead
Just
though.
saying, fans are gonna be pissed. We're gonna lose a series.
Yeah, we've lost a lot lately.
Imagine, imagine Twitter. Twitter's gonna go anti Detroit now.
Yeah, I think it's time to get off Twitter.
True,
Bunch of
not wrong.
idiots on there.
On to more
Well,
positive news for the Tigers. Who you got on your jersey there?
Javier Bays.
AKA starting center fielder for your American League All-Star team.
That's right. Yep. Javi Green and Glaber.
Labor.
I can't.
That's awesome. I can't
That's
believe there's 3 of them. Like when it's been a while.
then we'll
Maybe like
most likely have
Cabrera
Skubal starting
fielder.
too. But yeah,
Yeah,
it's been a pretty.
more than likely.
What's weird though is like it's kind of still kind of weird to me that like Javi and Glaber are like bet. I mean, it's
Yeah,
I have here's
it's a fan
Ryan's
vote,
rant for
but
the day is sometimes I'm not huge on the fan vote for the All Star game because then it just becomes a popularity contest. It's not really like me when I voted for Tigers. I like um now when it became to like I voted for Judge. I mean there's a couple I didn't vote for, but majority of them are Tigers and it's like are they really like the best player at their position right now? Probably not. So it's not really like who's deserves it. It's just like a popularity thing. Same thing goes with like the NBA. It's the same thing. And it's like okay, Luca has been out for 90% of the first half of the season, but he's an all star just because of his name. You know,
mhm.
it's not really. I don't know. It should be. I don't know if there's a perfect way to do it, but that being said, I think it is weird that Glaber and Javi are, you know, starting in this.
Glaber,
It's just
Glaber's
be
got good numbers,
no, I know. I think they're both deserving. That's what, but it's just like I would never have
but
expected those two. But I think Javi also deserves
oh, you
it.
mean like coming into the season,
Yeah,
or
just
like
like also like they're also.
I would have been surprised any of them really, but
It's more that like Glaber
usually
just
strikes
doesn't
on auto.
doesn't seem to come to like he has great numbers, and I guess he does get some timely hits, but it's just like he doesn't. He's not hitting home runs, and I know second basemen don't really hit home runs that often, but
Yeah, unless you're
just
Robinson Cano, like
yeah,
he's
just kind of like I don't know, just unexpected. I guess that's why. But I think they're both deserving. I think it's crazy what Javi's done. I tried looking up his stats quick of just like because you're always worried with him about what's going to happen
are you
when
in a
is he going
slump?
to go to the when is he going to regress to
His
uh
old ways.
yeah, but he was batting in the 300s in June he hit 308
Yep.
with an OPS of 840 with three home runs. So I mean he's just pounding the ball. I mean it's I would
He's
in
playing really
that
well.
in that stretch he was like 1 for 14 because I remember one of these podcasts we talked about how he was like slumping a little bit.
That might have been at the beginning of the month.
Yeah, but okay, but still, like he went from
Yeah.
1 and 14 to batting 306 or whatever I said. So he's on a tear. It's hard to. Speaking of on a tear, Riley Green is on a tear.
Oh, true that.
His last 30 days, he's batting 354, 8 home runs, 1.075 OPS. In comparison,
Wow.
Judge is batting 299 compared to Riley's 354. He's got 10 home runs and a 1.1 OPS. So those two he's has better. But I mean,
Hmm.
Aaron Judge is like hands down the MVP in the AL right now. He's batting up there with him. Cal Raleigh, catcher for the Mariners, he's batting 290, 10 home runs, 1.04 OPS. So two out of the three goes to Green. Then you have Otani. He's batting 272, 7 home runs, 943 OPS. Outplayed him in the last 30 days. I think we're looking at a bona fide
Home runs
star
are, yeah.
on the Detroit Tigers. Like, I mean, he is the guy. He started out shaky to begin the year, but ever since,
Which
like,
is,
he's just on
I
fire.
know, it's just so amazing. Just doesn't, he just has like this awkwardness to him.
Yeah, he does.
Like, it's just, he does it. He's doing it. So he's delivering. He's been great all year. I mean, there's a reason he was our all-star last year too.
Yep.
So, um, yeah, it's great to see us have, not just an all-star, but a star,
Yeah, outside of March,
an
he's
elite.
batting at least 270 every month. So, I mean, he's just,
Pretty good.
yeah.
I say so.
I think he's right there with the
But
stars of the league. He's playing well. I think he needs more recognition both from Tiger fans and like league wide. I think part of it is like he's just like a humble, soft spoken, quiet dude. So he's not like, making waves out there.
he's not in like the big market,
Yeah.
city.
And
So
he has 8 home runs in the last 30 games, but he's not like setting the world on fire either. Like it's not like
no,
he has Cal Raleigh 31 home runs or whatever. I mean, he's got a healthy
doesn't
amount.
have the
It's
home
just
run numbers, but he's got a shit ton of doubles.
I think he passed Judge in RBIs for the whole year. So I mean, I
Yep.
mean, I think if it weren't, I mean, Judge is having an incredible season, but a lot of people keep trying to put Cal Raleigh in the MVP candidate or like against
Hmm.
Judge. And it's like I think if you take out Judge, I think it would be between Green and Raleigh. And
Hmm.
I guess I mean he catches, so he kind of gets a little bump. But Riley Green's also a good fielder.
He's made a hell of a lot of diving play
Hmm.
catches and just
At the wall, he's made a lot of like jumping, home
incredible.
run saving.
Yep.
But yeah, the
Yeah.
last note I had on them is you need to pay him and pay Scooble right now. Do it. Do it now. Do it quick. Who would you
Yeah,
rather?
before their numbers just get out of the roof.
Yeah. Who
Pay
would you rather them
fine.
sign if you had to could only get one?
Um, Based on how the team is structured now,
Just in general, who would you? I mean, yeah, going forward from this moment, we could only have one player: Riley Green or Tarek Skubal. Going to re-sign one of them. I know my answer.
I know who you're gonna pick too. I'm gonna pick Scoob
Why would you pick Scoob?
just because he's a dominant ace.
I'd pick Riley Green.
I know
And
you would.
and the only reason I say that is just because he's younger. He's only 25. So like we could have him for a long
Uh,
time.
yeah,
But I mean, the
I
reality
like
is we should
aces.
pay
I don't
two
know.
of them.
My preference is aces, but that's just me.
I also think I also think it's more likely that we do sign Riley than we do than keeping Scooble. So maybe that plays into it. But
Yeah,
um,
aces are hard to come by.
yeah, I mean you're right. I don't think there's a wrong
Yeah,
answer. Just that if I had to pick one, gun to my head, I'm picking
yeah.
Riley Green. That's all. I mean, just
Just
yeah,
because he's younger,
yeah. I mean, yeah.
that's your.
Not I mean not
'Cause
just because he's younger, but
you didn't really give a reason like, oh, he's
well,
younger.
all you said
That's
was he's an
pretty much.
ace.
Yeah, he's an ace. That's why I would do it. Aces are hard to
I
come
mean, there's
by.
not like a. What do you say about a hitter? There's not like a.
What do you mean?
There's not like a ace term for a hitter.
All right.
What is it? What is a term for a hitter besides that would be equivalent to an ace?
There isn't one apparently.
Do you have one? There's a question.
He's a dog.
I mean, that's just not. You could say that about Javi. Javi Baez is a dog, but he's not someone I'm.
Uh,
It's not just because he's younger. It's that I mean, like look at what he's been doing. I mean, you got to have someone to hit the ball.
you
The
could
whole
say he's a
game, the
star.
whole game changed. Uh, Game two, uh, they put Riley when it was. I'm trying to think. I think it was first and second. I don't know. They Riley Green wasn't playing the game two. There was a righty on the mound, and we pinched hit Riley for I forget who it was, but he came in. So the
They
Nationals
walked him.
countered. The Nationals countered with a lefty,
Oh. Yeah, I saw this. Yeah.
And because of that, we had two righties coming up. I think pretty sure Riley Green got out, so he sacrificed Riley Green. But then the two righties are the ones that did damage. So he makes
That's right.
impacts
Yeah.
also by not just being a great hitter. I mean, yeah, there's not. If you ask me who's the better player, it's Skubal. But I think just long term in baseball, I'm taking. I don't know. You're probably right in picking Skubal. Skubal's been doing it for 2 years, and hitters go up and down. But I don't know. He's just so young, and obviously he's got so much talent. So it's just hard to. I don't know. You got me thinking way too much about it. That's for sure.
That was my goal.
But um, it looks like. I mean, going on the assumption that the Tigers lose, it's not good that we lost
We'll
two
still
out of.
have a 10 game over a 10
Yeah,
game lead, right?
it's almost to the point. It's probably gonna jinx it, but it's almost to the point where I don't even care about the lead. It's more just about like being a
Playing
continue
well.
being a good team, so I can really think that like we can win the World Series. Because the way they've been playing as of late, it's I have a lot of
I feel
questions
like they have to
about.
make a move in order to
Yeah,
feel like that.
but yeah, but at the, like middle of May
One
though,
by
we were on a roll, and you're like, this team's gonna win the World Series. But now it's like we've came down back to earth. We've gotten hurt. We don't have the extra
hmm
bullpen arms. We don't have a third baseman, which it seems like our offense is
Yeah,
still
imagine
pretty fine.
how much having another like quality starter that can go 6 innings
Yeah,
would be.
I don't.
That's Joe.
I forget what I said.
Or Cobb, if Cobb ever gets
Yeah.
freaking healthy.
Um. But if we need a starter and a reliever, we don't need the third baseman. I don't know what I said back in the other podcast, but I'm a firm believer in we just need the pitching. Our offense is good enough. They've been doing
hmm
decent. It's just we need the pitching. We need one of each. You have to get two, preferably one of each. If you get two relievers, then that are bigger names, shutting down guys, then I'd be okay with that. But you need two arms. But you mentioned
Yep.
Joe Olson should be back soon. I think I don't know if it came from Hinch himself or it's just speculation based on what Hinch said, but it sounds like his next start will be in the big
Detroit.
leagues. Yeah, so he's not gonna.
Okay.
It's not. He's not gonna do another rehab or like a Toledo game. Based again, I think that's what I read or whatever. So he should be coming back, and he was pitching like a. I mean, he was pitching pretty good. He'd have. I'd say he had more. He's been pitching better than Flaherty's been pitching. So that should get. We should get some help there. Um, it'd be a shame if I jinx the Tigers. But yeah, we do have. See, this is another reason why I think that he's just let Ennis pitch is we have Cleveland coming up.
Yeah.
So I think part of it's like if we have to, if we're gonna waste a game, you might as well do it against the Nationals rather than the Guardians, just in case something happens. So you
Well,
know,
Riley Green can put us within one right now. Nine spot.
assuming the Tigers lose this game, I think this Guardian series is like a must. We have to win. We play them 3 times. We have to win 2 of them. We have to win this series. It's a must. It's a Ryan Connolly must-win series for the Detroit Tigers. Um, no, it's not a
But even
must-win.
before the All-Star break.
No, it's a can't lose. You can't lose this series. It's not a must-win. It's a can't lose this series. Um, yeah, but that's all the Tiger talk I got. You got anything else?
Mm, no. No, I got more, but we can talk or save it for Monday when Ben's
I have a
here.
question. Let me look, make sure. Okay. I was wondering why Jake Rogers started both games yesterday. The doubleheader. He started both of them. I thought
Good
that was
question.
weird. So I was like, I wanted to make sure Dingler was playing because I was like,
Yeah, he is.
yeah, that'd have been weird.
hmm
But yeah, that's all I got. So You want to go Wings or you want to go Pistons?
Um, what do you want to talk or do you want to take a back seat?
Doesn't matter. You drive the bus right here.
What do we got? Oh yeah, the Pistons did a sign and trade for Duncan Robinson and then
Did they?
signed Karis LeVert to a 2-year deal.
Hold on. Did we trade anybody for Duncan Robinson?
Not um I think so. Hold on.
I have it. I mean, I have that written down too that we did a sign and trade, but I don't know. I didn't know
We
if.
did.
Oh, was it that dude that bench that got like
It
an
says Pistons
Italian
too.
last name or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I know who it is now. He didn't really play much. I did see though that the everything pointed to the Pistons re-signing Malik Beasley. But then the investigation came out, so they pivoted and it got into the sign and trade with Duncan.
Yeah, that's smart.
Yep. I mean, might
Doesn't
as
look
well.
doesn't look good for Malik Beasley at this point,
No.
based on some of the speculations. But
Did
um,
you see the new one with the MLB player?
no. Oh yeah, Luis Cruz
Yeah.
or whatever his name
Yeah.
is,
I
the
don't.
Guardians player. There's
Yeah.
like two pitches that they're
Yeah,
that
because
that they're investigating.
there was an influx of cash for like the first pitch in the third inning to be a
Third,
ball, and
yeah.
the dude like pitched. He threw it literally halfway to the plate, like it was the most obvious thing. And then there's
That's the
another
one
one.
I
He did it
saw.
again, and there was another one that hit and like there was a righty up, and it hit in like the left batter's box. So, and then
Oh wow.
I saw something that was like, imagine betting this, and then you see Javi Baez coming up. Because Javi would have swung at that second one. He wouldn't swing at the one that hit the ground like in the grass, but
No.
the second one he might have.
Uh,
But yeah, Duncan Robinson. The only the only thing that
and Karis
concern.
LeVert. I
Yeah, I
mean,
know, but the only thing that
you got a Malik Beasley and you got a Tim Hardaway Jr. replacement, both
yeah
right there.
yeah. It seems at least online that people like it. Like they kind of.
It's not horrible.
It sounds like people like this more than those two. I mean, these guys are younger.
Okay.
Well, Duncan's at least younger. Actually, I don't
Yeah,
know
well,
how
I saw.
Malik Beasley is, but
We'll see, like what, like Duncan Robinson playing with the Cade Cunningham and like some of the spacing that we'll have, um, on the floor. How much more he can open up stuff or
hmm
just hit some open shots. Like if he can easily be a spot up shooter, but like I mean, luckily,
he's
like Malik Beasley isn't like the greatest defender.
yeah. That's I was
He's
gonna
not.
say
I don't think Duncan's as good as Beasley,
yeah.
which is saying something, but it's not. I don't think there's a huge step off. So,
That was the one thing that
but I think
concerned
Karis
me.
LeVert brings a little bit of that, though. He's typically been known for being decent defender.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. The only thing that concerns me with Duncan is the defense, but it's everything I'm reading is that like Duncan's probably a pound for pound better shooter, I would say, than Beasley. Um, so I think that'll open
but in
up the
terms
floor
of,
for Cade, but then also
well, he can get a bucket a little bit easier.
you think so? Well, maybe shiftiness, but
I think.
Duncan's a little bigger. He's got to be taller and a little
Yeah,
beefier.
but I think Beasley can get to the rim if
Yeah,
like if the right scenario came about rather than having to have a wide open lane.
maybe that's good though,
But yeah, I don't know. I'm okay with it.
because
Like
maybe
let Jaden Ivey
yeah,
do that
yeah,
slashing. But
yeah. But
um
I don't really know much about Karis LeVert. I tried looking stuff up. Seems like he has kind of like
he's
hot games, cold games.
yeah, I feel like he's kind of like a 3 and D guy.
That's fine with me. That's
But
what we need.
yep. So I'm cool with it. Kind of little yeah, younger Tim Hardaway. Um but
I, what?
Then with there's talks that we're get in a sign and trade for Malik Monk.
Yeah,
Like that's another good 3-point shooter. So
yeah, we have
we're filling some good needs, I think. So,
Schroeder to
but
the
the only thing is, who's going to be our backup point guard with Schroeder gone?
true.
I mean, I know they
Jaden
have
Ivey.
Sasser in that spot, but he's not. Jaden Ivey's better off the ball.
Yeah, but again, Cade plays a lot of minutes though, so you only have to fill up a
He'll
little bit
he'll
of
he
stuff.
will he will.
But well, you mentioned so Schroeder went to the Kings. Was it a sign and trade?
Suppose that's they
I think
say
so.
it's I
Yeah,
don't know. They're trying to
there's
make it be one. I don't
yeah.
know.
I don't know if it's 100% a done deal on or what is
I've
or what
seen
isn't,
both.
but we're trying to get
Yeah.
if the trade has gone through, we're trying to get someone back at least. Nothing's been confirmed, but it sounds like it. People were speculating Keegan Murray. Then I saw a report that said the Kings do not want to get rid of Keegan Murray in this deal. And then Kaminga and Malik Monk are also talked about, but I think it's more Kaminga going to the Kings than us getting Malik Monk. And you mentioned Malik can kind of get to the rim. Malik Beasley can get to the rim, while Malik Monk can get to the rim also. So I
Hmm.
think that would be a pretty decent get. But then it raises the questions of what you just said of who plays backup point guard. So I don't know. I did see,
I know Sasser did before Schroeder came, but
but is Sasser like an NBA player?
yeah, he has it. He has it in him. I just don't know if
Yeah.
it'll be like this year. It's kind of like I don't know. Never mind.
Well, getting a guy, we also need someone to help Tobias. And
Reese, yeah,
I forget, there's a couple names I thought out there. Apparently I just saw something right before we started that we were in
yeah,
reports of talking to someone, I think from the Trailblazers maybe. I never
I
heard of the
saw
guy,
that.
so I don't really know much about him, if we need him. But preferably it'd be like who the hell was it? I'm really mad I can't remember. Maybe it was Kaminga. I don't know. But someone was like, we should get him, and it'd be awesome for Tobias to mentor him. But fuck, I forgot who it
Oh,
was. I don't remember. Should have wrote it down. I don't know. We'll see. I think,
yeah, I think they get one more big, or I don't know. I don't even think there are any like point guards out.
yeah.
So I think they're gonna go big. One more big. But
Who'd we pick in the draft? Oh, Shaz Lanier.
yeah,
And
Chaz Lanier. So another like
another off ball
two
guard.
man shoot. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
So,
shooter. So
well, yeah, they're all see.
yeah,
I think this season's going to rest a lot on Thompson and Jaden Ivey, like what they do. Jaden Ivey, just the injury, if he was playing pretty well towards the end of the season before he got hurt. So like continuing that, and then I think it's going to depend on Thompson if he can like develop an offensive game at all. Like, you know,
yeah,
I think if they can show some improvements and or he can show improvements and Jaden Ivey gets back to what he was doing before he got hurt, I think they could be a better team than they were or go farther than last year, even without getting another like big man.
yeah. That's valid.
But we got like 18 months before that happens, so long way to go. What
Long,
do they
long.
start
Um,
first game is normally around Halloween maybe, end of October. So what's that?
yeah,
We have three almost 4 months. Another season that starts around October is the Red Wings. And you want to talk about moves. They made quite a bit of moves. I'm I'm not sure if we talked about I kind of get mixed up
re-signed
what we
Kaner.
talked. Yeah, we re-signed Kaner. Um Got rid of Tarasenko, traded him for a bag of chips, future considerations. Hopefully that guy's he gets traded a lot, so I doubt he's good. Um, we signed James Van Riemsdyk. Um, sounds like he's like a. I was reading today from Stevie Y's press conference. He's like a. Um, he can kind of play across the lines, but he's really like a fourth line forward. He's not really that great, but he can mix and match if needed. Signed Mason Appleton, MSU guy. Some people hated it. Some people liked it. He's also like a third line. He was like a third line signing. Some people are saying like you complained last year about how our fourth and third and fourth lines were awful, and then we signed two players to get better at those lines, and now you hate it. It's like you just can't win. I to that I say true, but at the same time, most fans wanted a first or second line upgrade, and one of those guys bumped down to third or fourth.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
we re-signed Soderblom, Jonathan Berggren, and Albert Johansson.
Oh,
So yep,
Soderblom? I didn't
yep.
hear that one. I didn't know about
So
that. I love that though. Like I like Soder.
yep. Young guys. I mean,
Griffin's good.
I think Soderblom and Johansson were 2-year deals. Berggren was a 1 year, which I
Mhm.
know he was like unhappy last year or before beginning of last year because I think he started in Grand Rapids and he's like, I need to be up, like, whatever. But so he was only a 1 year. We also signed a couple more fringe guys: Ian Mitchell, Jacob Bernard Docker, and John Leonard. Those were from other teams. Some those are like fringe, like maybe they'll make the Wings, maybe they'll be
Yeah, it
on Grand
sounds like they could be
Rapids.
Griffins.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're all young, so they you have potential. Um, there was a report that came out, I don't know, Tuesday or Wednesday, that said Stevie Y is ready to make a splash tomorrow or something. And
Yeah.
absolutely nothing happened. Um,
Well, Marner getting traded right away, like
so,
before anything started, kind of like did a sign and trade. So like
hmm
that kind of took a lot of the juice out of like a lot of what Detroit fans were hoping for, I think.
yeah, Marner,
Then you trade for a goalie, like
yeah,
not a huge thing that's gonna like make a splash for like fans wise
yeah,
for the casuals, we'll say, but should be a decent upgrade.
yeah. People were talking about Marner, Marchand, Ekblad, and Bennett. I don't know if Ekblad really, maybe not Ekblad, but Bennett. At least three of those guys. All three of them signed an extension before they even hit free agency. Like even Marner
Hmm.
technically signed an extension, then he was traded to Vegas. So apparently in his press conference, he said that like a lot of the guys that they were going to target signed before they hit free agency, which is how the cookie crumbled. And he said this hasn't been, it's not like a great free agent class, so you know he's not just trying to sign someone.
Yep.
People also talk about Keandre Miller from the Rangers. He went to the Hurricanes. Makeel
Yep.
Grunlund from the Stars went to Anaheim. Those were a couple names floated out there that are, a little bit higher talent. Um, and then the people I saw still out there, um, Jason Robertson, we've talked a lot about. He's on the Stars. He would need to be a trade. Anthony Blue, I forgot how to pronounce his name. Anthony
Don't know.
Bouvale or I don't know, something like that. I know at one point he was on the Islanders. He's a forward, I believe. And then Rasmus Anderson was a Calgary D man that's out there, and then Brian Rust, a pit forward. So there's some names you can get a little better, but I don't know. It just seems based on his press conference, he kind of really didn't give much, and it sounds like this might be the team going forward, which doesn't give me a lot of hope. But I don't know. You never know.
Young guys can take a step.
Well, that's what I think.
That's what they're banking on.
Yeah, maybe one. We've had both the all four or all the other three Detroit teams, that's kind of what happened is like the younger guys kind of came in and, proved themselves. And I think that's just something that we're waiting for the Wings. I mean,
Yeah.
Hutchinson and Campbell and Gibbs and JMO, Brian Brandt, like all these rookies like stepped
Herbie.
up. Kirby, and then the Pistons, Ivy and Cade and Duran have been really good. Beef Stew's been good. Obviously the Tigers are pretty young. Between Green, Colt Keith, Casey Mize, Joe Sweeney. I mean
I think I'm
Sweeney's
gonna
not
get.
really, but at times they
Yeah.
step up and they help contribute to the team, and we're just not getting a lot out of Carter Mazer and um, Jonathan Berger, and just like I don't know, need the young guys to step up. So we'll see.
Maybe it takes longer in hockey. I don't know.
I mean, I'm sure it does. Also, you're also out there. It's also a lot different type of game. But I don't know. I know we talked. I think on Tuesday we said hopefully we have some good news like for the next pod, and it's like, well, they made moves, but I don't know about if it's really good
I
news.
don't like. I don't. I kind of like what the Pistons did.
I do too. I mean,
So
obviously, if we could have got Jaron
you're kind of
Jackson
ham.
or
Yeah.
um,
I mean, I
a couple other
don't
people,
think they had the money for it though.
yeah, I'm kind of realizing that NBA is very weird with their salary cap. The
Yep.
first apron, second apron stuff, and then
Hmm.
doesn't help that like I mean Duncan Robinson's gonna basically be coming off the bench and he's gonna be making like 15 million a year. That's not. I
Yeah.
mean, that's more than Connor McDavid gets paid. Connor McDavid's the best player in the league.
NBA never broke again.
Yeah, no kidding. It's a
And then you got
lottery.
the NFL. Not for long.
Yeah. What about MLB?
I haven't made one of those yet.
Yeah. I don't know. I was trying to think of something. I'm not creative enough. More like, yeah, I don't know. But I don't know. That's all I got for Wings. You got anything else on them or the Stones? I mean,
Nope.
Lions still no news, which is good news.
Which is good
Um,
in my opinion. Because the only good news that we could get from here on out for the rest of the season is like a signing of an edge. So like if it's no news, that means nothing bad has happened.
yeah. I did see something that there's a chance the Wings or Stevie is like so they have I think there's 14 million we have in cap space, but basically I think Kane gets like 2 or 3 million if he plays 10 games. So I think you have to hold off that money or like, incentives or whatever. So we have like 10 to 12 million left in cap. And someone threw out there that he could be waiting to like trade for someone at like the trade deadline, kind of like how we got DeBrinket. No,
Yeah.
well, we didn't get DeBrinket. We got DeBrinket at the beginning of the year, not, but like almost
Yep.
like a sign and trade at the trade deadline. That way,
Hmm.
you have the money to get them, which in hindsight, I guess is good if you're prepared to like not compete that year almost, or maybe I don't know,
No, you're
more
preparing
setting
to
up for the
compete.
future.
You're preparing to compete and be like one really good player away
Yeah,
from getting there.
yeah. I
So
saw what the
they
hell's
have a
his name?
competitive. They'll have like a decently competitive team, so they'll
Yeah,
be around. I figure they'll be around there.
it'd be nice if we were back in the West. Although I wouldn't watch a game probably because the West is just a little
Yeah.
easier. Um, the guy that was floated around in this situation was Kyle Connor. He's a Michigan man. So, but he's on the Winnipeg Jets. But he's pretty good. So he was on the Four Nations America. So he'd be nice
I
to
don't
get.
know.
We'll see though. I mean, team up with his old Michigan pals. I don't know if he played with them, but we have uh, Larkin and uh,
That's it.
Cop.
Comper, did
Cop.
he? Oh yeah, Cop.
Yeah, it'd be nice if we get the Hughes brothers on the wings.
Good luck.
Um,
Come on, Dylan, pull your weight.
yeah, I did. There's
Get him
also
over here.
Eisman also said something basically how he's not in a hurry because he'll have Dylan Larkin for 15 years because Marchand, who's 37, signed a 6-year deal. He's like, it doesn't. I'm not in a hurry anymore because I'll have him for 15 more years, which I thought is kind of
Is that
it's a
what he
little
said?
funny. He said, I don't. Yeah, basic. He did
Oh,
say that, but I think someone
that's
asked him
funny.
about Marchand or something. He's like, well, he didn't say like I'm not. I can be patient because of that, but he basically was saying, making a joke that is crazy. I mean,
Yeah,
43 while you're still playing hockey. That's crazy. But um,
good
I
for
don't know.
him
Do you
keeping
have
his
any
body.
um, news on like Michigan? Anything?
Just they're recruiting a lot of great supposedly players as of late. Signed like a couple 5 stars, a lot of 4 stars, three. I don't know, like 6 or 7 guys last couple weeks. But oh, I saw Bryce Underwood threw like a 70-yard touchdown pass
I saw this on Twitter.
in the
Yeah,
snow.
yeah,
Oh my God, who the hell? I don't know. The fact that that was freaking tweeted is amazing.
yeah. It's
Like from a quote unquote reputable Detroit sports media, and they're like
yeah,
sharing friggin' upcoming video game highlight quote unquote highlights, and it's like, are you guys really that desperate for content?
yeah. That
Like
is
why? And it's like, oh, and they made it seem the way it was quote tweeted was just like, oh, Bryce Underwood throws a 77-yard touchdown pass, and it's like, this isn't even real life.
yeah. It's like who? Yeah, that was one of the dumbest
Who
things I've ever
cares?
seen. It
Why
doesn't
are
that
we?
didn't
I
make
don't
any
know.
sense.
But it doesn't it's not surprising with the Oregon that did it. Tying runs at the plate and Tavi Baez.
You're way behind me.
Oh, yeah, he just got thrown out at first.
Yeah,
But they scored a run, right? Yeah.
yeah.
Damn.
But yeah,
If-
yeah. That's an insane thing to tweet. I mean,
But anyways, other that's the Michigan news I got today.
yeah, yeah. I mean, there's nothing going on Michigan State world, so I guess the
Yeah.
only
Oh, yeah, no update on the scandal or anything like that. So I don't know.
the only thing
Oh, other
for
than Harbaugh being linked in that
oh
one
yeah, he's
thing.
being sued or whatever,
Yeah,
right?
that
Yeah,
sucks. That's
we don't need
that's for sure. But
yeah, but yeah. I mean, I'm excited. I'm starting to get excited, a little excited for college football. I mean, I don't know why,
game
but I
comes
still
out next week.
I meant real life, but yeah,
No, I know. I'm saying that'll get you
yeah,
excited for real life,
yeah,
you know? It starts the means it's coming,
yeah, yeah. I'll give it.
college football. At least like from when we were little when that game came out, right?
I feel like it could
It was
come out
always like in
later.
the summer. And,
I feel it was like end
nah,
of July.
I bought it later because it was cheaper.
No, it doesn't get cheaper for until like at least half a year.
Well, back then, who knows? But
No, it was like that then.
I, but I don't know. I remember just like maybe like starting to play that game like in the summer,
Yeah, I
and you
feel like
like
it's
start getting into college football. Maybe it was because school was out, but
yeah, yeah. I'm excited.
anyways.
Well, I'll give it another try. I mean, I wasn't too impressed with the. Not that I wasn't impressed, but I don't know. The first one was lacking a little something in my
Yeah.
eyes, but we'll see. I think
It
this
was a
time I'm
good.
gonna get the hard disk.
Oh,
Yep, but we'll see.
would you be able to get all the updates?
Yeah, it still like has to like copy. It's just it takes less memory on your system. So
Oh
instead of
man.
like 120 gigs, it's like 50. But
Yeah,
yeah, you
because
still got to do the
you got a
updates
lot
and
of other games on there that take up a lot of.
yeah, yeah. You know who you're gonna beat first thing with your first dynasty?
No, I haven't given it one thought.
Yeah, I haven't either. I started with
Like,
I
no.
started with Arkansas State last year.
Yeah, who was I?
Um,
I think I was
UCF?
UTEP. No, that
No,
was in
that was in
our
the
online
dynasty. Yeah,
dynasty. Maybe was it UTEP?
I don't know. I don't remember.
No, I think it was Liberty.
Yeah, it was Liberty.
Uh,
Yeah,
Kind of a cheat. Kind of a cheat.
not necessarily, but yeah, we'll see.
But program wise, no. But
Yeah.
players wise, they had some players.
All right.
But
Um, before we get off, I have some, or I have at least one question, just like a hypothetical question. I know you had one, or at least one. I'll go first with mine. I saw this um, asked on, I think it was just Michigan and Michigan State Twitter. Someone tweeted and people were chiming in. But you have five. I don't know if this was lifetime or if this is like 10 years, 20 years, but we'll say the next, we'll go next 30 years. You don't have to give years, but you have five championships to give out to like your teams. Who are winning those five? Now, if you want, you could say five Super Bowls for the Lions. Like you know, you don't have to go one, one, one,
yeah, yeah,
one.
yeah,
But
yeah, yeah. I know. 3 Lions Super Bowls, a World Series title for, and a Stanley Cup.
that's what. No, you wouldn't put any Michigan in there. No, I guess
Oh, including college?
your teams. It can be any. It can be any team you want.
Oh.
But yes, this in this situation, I was seeing people put like Michigan State basketball in it.
I thought it was just
Lions.
pros.
No,
Yeah,
all your teams. You get five for the
that's
next
even
30 years.
harder. All right. I don't know yet. I gotta rethink this.
Okay,
If you know yours, you can go.
I think I would. I know four, and that's I go one Super Bowl, one World Series, one Stanley Cup, and one basketball national championship for Michigan State. I'm leaving football off just because I feel like this day and age it's going to be even harder for them to win. I think it's I think every once in a while you'll see a non like blue blood, but for the most part it's going to kind of be the teams that are up there right now. Um, but the fifth one, um, I don't know. I might say the Lions again. I might go two Super Bowl for the Lions, one World Series Tigers, one Stanley Cup Stanley Cup Wings, and then one basketball national championship, preferably before Izzo retires. What do you got? You figure it out? Anything?
One U of M football, one U of M basketball, 2 Super Bowls. Stanley Cup.
Stanley Cup over the Tigers, huh?
Yep.
I mean, the parade for the Stanley Cup would be a lot cooler because it'd be in June rather than November. So you got that going for you. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
I would go. I would.
it's
That's
fun.
what I
We
would
both
do.
left off Pistons. You left off Pistons on both lists. I left off the
Yeah,
Pistons. If I was going Detroit, I said two Super Bowls for the Lions and the one, but I
I
think I'd
know.
go. I think I'd go two World Series, two Stanley Cups, and a Super Bowl.
2 World Series, 2 Stanley Cups, and a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Okay.
you this the second World Series and the I could swap that with a Super Bowl. I'd go two.
I just think
Yeah,
person. Yeah, yeah.
I think
I would.
Stanley
That's what
Cups are
I would
just
do.
watching the Stanley Cup
I
like
think it just
celebration.
means
Everything is
more
just so
to
cool.
sports. It's like a bigger. It means more to sports. I don't know. Well, I don't know. It depends on who you are.
It just, but it, I don't know. Yeah. What about
I
if you
think it's
could?
hard. I think it's but besides the Super Bowl, I think it's one of the hardest ones to get to win.
I think it's harder.
Super Bowl in the playoffs is win and lose, win or lose.
No, I know in
So
terms
like
of
if you have
that,
one bad game,
but a lot of
but
times the better teams still get there.
yeah,
Like there was what five like like great teams in the NFL last
it
year,
can
and
also kind of depends on the year.
yeah, okay.
It can fluctuate.
What if in the next 5 years you get five of them, including Michigan, next 5 years? What do you say?
You get five what?
You five championships.
I'm
To
sticking with what I already said.
And then even if it's the next 5 years, you could pick the Lions. They could just go dominant. 5 years, five Super Bowls.
Oh,
Yeah, that one was
all
like
right,
across 30
all right.
years. I'm saying like if
Oh, it cost 30
that
years?
the
No.
first question was 30 years. Yeah. I mean, you can't pick the next 5 years.
Yeah.
I mean, if it was 5 years, I'd almost pick the Lions. Just be like, imagine if the Lions just rattle off five Super Bowls in a row. They'd be the greatest dynasty
Oh,
in
I know. I would.
ever.
I would pick. I would just pick one of the teams five in a row.
Yeah. No, that's true. You
Like
could, yeah, it could be
doesn't
any
matter.
team.
Maybe besides college basketball. I don't know.
I
It's
don't
so
know, dude.
impressive.
March is fun though. like
Yeah, it
that's almost
is.
a home.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's like everything's kind of a
Yeah.
month long, but like that March
Five,
Madness should
five
be
of any.
fun.
Yeah, five of any of them.
Yeah. Shit,
Even the
dude. Football
NBA.
might
Like
be the
that's
least
still
fun
impressive.
just because you only get one game. Like the
Yeah.
other one, just like you're just
At least
like,
fun to watch. Yeah, but it's
yeah.
still like as you get more games and
Hockey would
more.
probably
You
be the
win
best.
more. You win
Yeah.
more games
You got to win
in the other
16.
playoffs, right? So a lot more highs, whereas you only get like one, two, three,
Mhm.
maybe four
Yeah. Um,
football. But it
oh,
doesn't mean it's
what was your question you had?
mine's a longer one. I'll save it for Ben too.
Why? We got time to kill before this game goes final. Or think of another one.
Oh, I don't know. I'm like tapped out. I gotta eat.
Are you kidding me? All right. Well, if the
Um,
Tigers win and
but
we don't get to share it with the people, that's on you.
yeah, it is. If you want to stay alive, you can do the play by play and talk to yourself about stuff.
I probably could. I could probably rant about some
Take call,
things.
take callers.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
But
Dingler's 0-2 today with the throwdowns.
I was like, what are you talking about? But all right.
But
Um
um, I can think of yeah.
no, you're all right. We can end
That's a
it.
good
I
one.
don't
I
think
don't have
The
yeah.
Tigers got 3 outs to score three at least 3 runs.
If they win, I'll buy the Baez jersey.
All right. Yeah, but he's got to hit a walk off,
No, he doesn't.
or
They
he
just have
can't hit
to
a
win.
walk off. But
They just
yeah,
have to
Ben's still
win.
got to do that. But
Yep.
all right. Well,
You got
that
a good
was the
photo to put in for
podcast.
Ben?
Hopefully, what?
You got a good photo to put in for Ben?
Oh yeah.
All right.
Um, yeah, that's the podcast. Hopefully the Tigers pull it out. Very unlikely to
Yeah,
run.
tell us how you would space out your championships
Yeah,
in the
tell us.
comments.
Um, it's a can't lose series against the Guardians coming up. Hope you enjoy the 4th of July, Independence Day, as I like to call it. That's a Ryan rant. It's
Hmm.
not 4th of July. It's the 4th of July, yeah, but it's Independence Day here in the United States of America. Um, don't get me started. But yeah, enjoy the weekend, and we should see you back here Tuesday, hopefully with maybe a couple more moves from the Stones and the Wings, or at least
Yeah, time
at
will
a
tell.
at least a minimum, um, a series win for the Tigers as they give up one more run. But yeah, any final words?
Nope.
All
Go
right,
Tigers.
go Tigers. We will see you down the line.